We are back here in Madden 26 franchise mode with another speed rebuild, and today we are doing the Atlanta Falcons. And so if you're new around here and you haven't seen one of my speed rebuilds before, basically the challenge of this video is I only have 10 minutes to make trades to try and rebuild this Falcons team and turn it into a Super Bowl winning team for a one-season simulation. And so today we're doing the Falcons thanks to a suggestion I got on a previous speed rebuild. So yeah, just looking at this Falcons team, we're currently sitting at an 82 overall, 84 offense, 81 overall defense. Of course, the defense does have two rookie edge rushers, James Pierce Jr. and Jelon Walker. There's also Xavier Watts. He is not an edge rusher, just in case you weren't aware, but yeah, going back to the offense, of course, we do have Michael Penix Jr., who does have an upgrade, so we'll get him up to a 76 overall. And backing him up is 71 overall Kirk Cousins, who they signed last offseason for a ton of money, and then drafted Michael Penix just a couple months later, and he ended up taking the starting job. So that was definitely an interesting storyline that happened last season. But regardless, though, none of that matters, because there is a new GM in town, at least for the next 10 minutes. But yeah, of course, on this offense, we got Bijan Robinson, 95 overall, Superstar X Factor, and then we got Drake London, 91 overall out there, Superstar. Can't forget about Chris Lindstrom, 93 overall on the offensive line. And Jake Matthews, he's got to be like 47 years old. He's only 33. Wow, I actually would have guessed probably like 34, 35. But I mean, I guess 33 is not that far off. But he might be old, but I mean, he's an 86 overall, so he's still producing. And then we got Kyle Pitts out there, 78 overall. I really thought this guy was going to be elite. I mean, I think most people did. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess a part of it is because he wasn't really utilized, and that kind of hurt his development. But I don't know. I mean, he still does have the potential. He still could be great one day. And I mean, I'm hoping he's able to reach that potential one day. But yeah, we also have Tyler Algier, 81 overall, backup running back. And then Darnell Mooney is also out there at wide receiver. But yeah, the offense, like I said, 84 overall. So the offense is the strong side of this team, but regardless, there is still some positions we need to improve if we want to be a Super Bowl winning team for this one season simulation. And now, checking out the defense, like I did mention, the rookies James Pierce Jr., Jalen Walker, Xavier Watts are three very solid pieces. However, this is just a one season simulation, so it's very likely all three of them will get traded, just considering that they're all hidden development and they're younger, so their trade value is going to be sky high. So I'm likely going to capitalize on that. But outside of that, this defense does have AJ Terrell Jr. and Jesse Bates III, two very solid pieces in the secondary. And I can safely say that neither of these two will be traded for sure. Like, there's no chance I'll even try to do that. And I mean, same goes for Chris Lindstrom, Bijan, and Drake London. There's just like no chance I would trade any of those guys. Like, there's just really no way. I would say those five for sure untouchable. There's no chance. But as for everybody else, pretty likely to get traded. But yeah, anyways, that is enough of me yapping. I think we should go ahead and jump right into this 10-minute rebuild here. Well, let's upgrade players real quick. And so yeah, I think I've done enough yapping so far in this video. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot more, but yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start this timer here in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 10 minutes on the clock. So what I want to do first here is trade for a quarterback, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get Jalen Hurts, or not Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, but 90 overall. I really don't think I can get him. So yeah, we're just going to move on. What is Jalen Hurts? He's an 87. He might actually be more feasible to get, but what if I were to go for like Jared Goff, 89 overall? What about Baker? What's his overall? Isn't he like an 88 overall? Yeah, he's an 88. Okay, so if I were to throw in like, oh, we don't have a first. That's right. Okay, what about next year's first? A second? Like, this is a lot for my first trade, but it's actually already almost going through. So what if I did like 2/3? Will that be enough for Baker? It won't. Wow, that was like barely anything. Okay, what about, well, I already have next year's second in. What, this is a lot for just a quarterback, but let's see, will this be enough? I'm gonna have to give up 2 firsts for a quarterback, which honestly, that's not really something I want to do. I mean, if I could get like other assets, like, I don't know, Chris Godwin and maybe an offensive lineman, I would probably do that. So we'll ask for Chris Godwin, and then let's see. I mean, we're not going to get Tristan Wirfs, so yeah, there's no chance. I mean, I don't think we need a tackle, so we'll ask for Cody Mauch. So 2 firsts, and wow, okay, what about this second? Oh, did not mean to do that. This second, and then we'll do my other second. 3 seconds to first for this pack. You're kidding. Seriously? Oh my gosh. Like, dude, I don't want to trade all this and just get a quarterback. Like, yeah, we're going to have to move on. Is what it is. I mean, yeah, we'll just have to move on. So, I guess we go to Jared Goff. He is a little bit older, and he is 1 overall point higher. So, I guess, I don't know. We'll have to see if the trade value is similar. But, I mean, if I could get, like, Jameson Williams and then someone off the offensive line, like Taylor Decker, is he feasible for this? He's not. Okay, maybe it's because Taylor Decker has a ton of value. What if I were to go for, like, I don't know, DJ Reader? I would do that. And yeah, still not even close. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I might need to trade for a lower overall quarterback. Like, maybe Jordan Love? I don't know. He might be kind of difficult to get. I don't think I've ever traded for Jordan Love in one of these. But I guess this could be the first time. So, Elgin Jenkins. And then we could bring in Zach Tom. We could improve this offensive line. We could also bring in Rashawn Gary. That would be a good addition. So, I don't know. I don't really know what Jordan Love's value is. So we'll just see without. Okay, I mean, I'm willing to do 2 firsts for this package, even though that is a lot. Okay, what about this second and third? Will that be enough? Okay, what about my other second? This is a huge. Oh, that was already in the deal. Okay, what about this second and this second? This is a ton of value, but if I'm able to. Oh, dude, you're kidding. Okay, what about if I took out Elgin Jenkins and then, I don't know, who do I even ask for? Like, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know. Who would I ask for here? Like, seriously. I mean, Rasheed Walker or Tucker Kraft. I mean, I guess I would take Tucker Kraft, but could I get away with taking out a second and then, like, switching it with a third? Would that still work? Okay, I'm going to have to give up a second. It's what it is. This is a monster package, but we have to get a quarterback, so we're going to do it. 4 minutes off the clock. Do not want to put the preseason game. And I have 1 trade done. That was a huge trade, but, I mean, we had to do it. We had to bring in a quarterback, and we got it done. So, yeah, we still have a lot of positions we need to fill, and not that much time to do it. So, we'll see what we can get cooked up here. And, yeah, we have a lot of positions we need to improve. So, what I want to do here is bring in another wide receiver. Ideally one, like we could bring in Courtland Sutton, 86 overall. I would take him for sure. And then could we get like, I don't know. I mean, Mike McGlinchey, I would take him if we could get him. And then Zach Allen, he would be ideal if we could get him. So I want to adjust this offer a little bit. We'll put Darnell Mooney in this deal. We will put Caleb McGarry. Actually, no, we're not going to trade for right tackle because that's only 1 overall point improvement. So there's no real point to do it. So we'll put David Onyemata in this deal and then James Pierce Jr. without any draft picks. Wow, that is like barely going through. So what if actually we just went for Courtland Sutton? Could I get like John Franklin Myers, just good depth out of this deal? It won't even. Okay, yeah, wow. So we're going to have to go for a different wide receiver. What about Jerry Jeudy? I would take him. And then could we also get like Wyatt Teller and then Tevin Jenkins? He would probably be more feasible. So without any draft picks, okay, that's not that far at all. So what if I put in Matthew Bergson in this deal and then third rounder, will this go through? It's close. Dude, my controller is like glitching out. I did not mean to do that. Like, yeah, my controller is literally glitching out right now. But yeah, okay, so we'll put this third in this deal. Will this go through? Dude, no way. Okay, what if I took out like Tevin Jenkins and then I take out this third? Would that be enough? It won't. What if this fourth? Will this be enough? You're actually kidding me, dude. Okay, what about if I were to put this third back in, but then I asked for like, I don't know, could I get like some depth guy like Shelby Harris? I would, dude, okay. Okay, for Jerry Jeudy, Wyatt Teller, ton of value just given up there, but it had to be done. So, yeah, we have 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Still plenty of time to make some improvements to this team. So, we do need another wide receiver. I would like to flip Kyle Pitts and then some offensive linemen as well. And as well as an interior defensive guy. So, could we go for, like, who's on the Bears? Like, Grady Jarrett and then Montez Sweat. He would be an improvement. and then TJ Edwards. So actually what I think I want to do is just go for Grady Jarrett. So we'll do David Onyemata. Actually, no, we'll take him out. We'll do this guy. Do not know how to pronounce his name. And then Jalen Walker. Dude, my controller is actually like glitching out right now. It is so annoying. But could I also get Kyler Gordon? Would this go through? Dude, you are kidding. Jalen Walker does not have that much trade value. Dude, who needs a left edge rusher that I could just trade? The Browns. Well, we just traded with the Browns, so it's going to be kind of difficult. What if, like... Dude, what team? Okay, Packers, good. I mean, we did just trade with the Packers as well. But, I mean, we'll try something, dude. We need a trade to go through. So, Quay Walker and then Nate Hobbs. We need the depth on this team. So, could we also get, like, I don't know, Romeo Doubs? Would this package go through? It's close. So, if I were to throw in fourth, fifth, I have, like, no draft picks. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's not going to happen. So what if I took out Romeo Doubs? Would this package go through? There we go. Quay Walker, Nate Hobbs, welcome to the team. So we have 2 minutes to go. We really need some trades to go through here. So Tyler Algier and then Kyle Pitts. We're going to have to flip them. What team needs a tight end that I could just flip Kyle Pitts right to? Okay, no, Chargers. They actually need one. Okay, so what if I were to ask for Zion Johnson and then Tyre Tart? Just get some good depth in here. Anyone else? I mean, like Elijah Molden, I would take him. So without any draft picks, that's actually pretty decent. So we'll throw in fourth, fifth. Will this be enough? It will not. 6 rounder. Will this be enough? There we go. Tyre Tart, Elijah Molden, welcome to the team. So we have a minute to go. And what position do I like need instantly? I mean, we could use another wide receiver. Offensive line. We could use a center. We could definitely improve that. So, center, and then maybe, I mean, no, I think we're good. Actually, I didn't even need Elijah Molden. So, yeah, we'll just flip him, I guess. For a center, Drew Dahlman, and then could I get a wide receiver from the Bears? I mean, there's no way. I mean, DJ Moore, we'll try it. Yeah, it's not even worth trying. So, we'll see if I can get a wide receiver and a center from a team. Connor McGovern and then Joshua Palmer. I would do that. Could this trade? Okay, of course. So we will just do 7th, 7th, 6th. Will this go through? There we go. All right, we make a trade with the Bills. 30 seconds to go. This might just be my last trade because I don't really think there's anything I can do unless I flip Xavier Watts really quick for like, I don't know. We'll see if I can flip Xavier Watts and Clark Phillips for like an 80 overall corner. Like, could I get Kyler Gordon 82 overall corner? No chance. What about Cam Taylor-Britt? Will this trade go through? Nope. 9 seconds to go. Anything? Christian Benford. I would do this. Okay, wow. 4 seconds. Dude, my controller keeps glitching out. What about Tyson Campbell? Okay. Well, my timer went off. Okay, I mean, yeah, I didn't make as many trades as I thought I would. Not having that first round pick this year really hurt, but I think I made the most of this time, and I will adjust a few positions around, and then we'll check out what this team is looking like. And alright, with all those trades being done, we have brought this team up to an 86 overall with an 89 offense and an 83 overall defense. So of course on offense, we have new starters, Jordan Love, Tucker Kraft, both brought in from Green Bay, Connor McGovern, Wyatt Teller, new offensive line additions, and then of course Jerry Jeudy and Joshua Palmer, 2 wide receiver additions. So yeah, this offense was, what was it, like an 84 if I'm not mistaken. So we made some major improvements and we got it up to an 89 overall offense, which that should be one of, if not the highest rated offenses in the game. I'm not really too sure what the highest rated one is, but I'm sure it's around that like 87 to 90 overall range. So 89, we'll definitely take that. And also the Falcons offensive playbook is one of the best playbooks for sim. So that pretty much brings our offense up to a 99 overall when you really think about it. But yeah, this is what the offense is looking like. Like I said, I don't think I've ever traded for Jordan Love before, just because for one, his value is really high, and for two, typically I go for a quarterback that's like rated a little bit higher, but I mean 85 overall, that's still solid. I'm still happy with this offense. Even though I am a Vikings fan, so I'm not really the biggest fan of Jordan Love, I'm still happy with adding him to our team here. But yeah, with that being said, 83 overall defense. That I don't know why, but it'll say 100% scheme fit, even though there's plenty of guys who are not a scheme fit. Like, I have no idea why it does that, but yeah, regardless though, 83 overall defense. And honestly, looking at this defense, I think running a 4-3 probably makes more sense than running a 3-4, so I'm actually going to make that change right now. And for reference, I'm going to use the Bills playbook because I'm pretty sure that's the best 4-3-1 out there for sim. But yeah, I just think personnel wise running a 4-3 makes a lot more sense because yeah, we have Quay Walker and we didn't really have 3 interior defensive linemen that we could have started, so yeah, I think it makes more sense to run a 4-3, so that's what we'll do. But yeah, we brought in a couple new starters here: Tart, Gary, Hobbs, Quay Walker, and I believe that's it. Yeah, I don't think I traded for any more. Yeah, I tried getting another cornerback, but that didn't really work out. But it is what it is, 83 overall, which honestly, 83 does seem kind of low. I think it was an 81 before, if I'm not mistaken. And we did make some pretty good improvements, so only going up by 2, it's kind of surprising. But you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, hopefully we can overcome that low overall and win a Super Bowl. But yeah, with that being said, that is enough yapping for me. I think we'll go ahead and actually sim through the season to see how this team can actually do. So before we get started with the sim, we'll do a quick record prediction. I think we'll go 12-5. I think we should easily win our division. I mean, I guess the Bucks do have a pretty good chance. It'll be between us and the Bucks winning the division, but I feel like we do have a pretty good chance. I think overall our team is really good. We do have one of the higher rated offenses in the league, so I think we do have a pretty good chance at winning the division. I think we'll go 12-5. I think our offense will end up carrying us and our defense will be serviceable enough to get us to 12-5. So yeah, 12-5, that's my record prediction. You guys can comment yours if you would like, and without further ado, I'll go ahead and sim through the season. And alright, as the season simulation is slowly coming to an end, if you guys have enjoyed this one so far, feel free to let me know in the comments which team you guys would like to see me do a speed rebuild of next. I do have a couple of them up on my channel, so if you have not seen those, I recommend you go check those out after you finish watching this one. But we will see what was our overall. So 8-9. Wow. That is not as good as I expected, but we won our division going 8-9. Seriously? So there's actually 2 8-9 teams that made it to the playoffs, us and the Cowboys, but we went 8-9 because we won our last game that won us our division going 8-9. That's actually insane. But I mean, we made the playoffs, so I guess at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. But 8-9, that's pretty bad. Wow. But we do have Bijan Robinson, top 3 in the league in rush yards. Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, who are both on my fantasy team in the top 2. I would love to see that happen in real life. And we also have Caden Ellis, top 3 in terms of tackles. But I mean, well, I'm surprised. 8-9. Like, I mean, our offense was good as I expected, but our defense, I guess, is just what was lacking. We were 24th in terms of points, 16th with pass yards, and we were the worst rushing defense in the league. And we take on Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers, who was second place in terms of rushing yards this year. So this should be a fun wildcard round. Also, one thing I did notice is Joshua Palmer. I have him listed as slot wide receiver, and he was our best wide receiver. 17 touchdowns for him. So I think for the playoffs, I'm going to switch Drake London to slot. And just maybe that will make our offense a little bit better. Even though our offense was already good, our offense definitely is not the problem. But if we're able to just improve a little bit, I'll take that. But yeah, with that adjustment now made, we take on the 49ers. They have anyone else? Yeah, they have Fred Warner on here in the top 3 with tackles, but they don't have anyone else in terms of leaders. So we both have a top 3 rush yard leader. We also have a top 3 tackler. But yeah, the 49ers, 87 overall, 89 offense, tied with us, 85 defense. So our defense went down. We were in 83. Now we're in 81. So we got worse. I mean, I guess we didn't play good at all. So I guess maybe morale is low. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I predicted, our defense is pretty bad. And we take on the second best rushing team in the league. Well, we suck covering the run. And they're also 10th in terms of stopping the run. However, everything else for them, I mean, they're good with offensive points per game, but everything else is kind of like This should be a pretty offensive game. For us, it'll be throwing the ball. For them, it'll be running the ball. So we'll see how this one goes. We'll advance on to the next week and see if we can take down the 49ers here at home and go on to, no, we can't. 24-14, we end up losing. So yeah, they ran for 178 yards. We threw for 250. That's actually insane, dude. 178 yards, dude. We sucked. Jordan Love threw for 1 touchdown, 250 in the air, but I mean, Christian McCaffrey, he had 110 on us. Kyle Juszczyk had 31, Brian Robinson 29, and they also both had touchdowns. That's just incredibly frustrating, man. We also had no interceptions. I'm sure there was no fumbles as well, yeah. So there was no turnovers all game. We just simply got outscored. Yeah, 10-5 on third down conversions. I feel like that's really the story of the game because, I mean, they only won by 2 scores, so we had to give the ball up 5 more times than they did, because there was no 4th down. Well, they did have 1 4th down conversion, but yeah, I mean, that's just not a recipe for success. But the Packers with Michael Penix, no Rashawn Gary, no Quay Walker, no Nate Hobbs. Was there anyone else I traded for from them? I don't think so. They still end up going on to the Super Bowl, but they lost. But I mean, they still made it all the way to the Super Bowl, despite all those changes to their roster. That's definitely something. So maybe I should have just kept Michael Penix and switched to Packers offensive playbook, because maybe we would have had more success doing that. But yeah, the 49ers lost. They got blown out in the divisional 49-7. So the Rams helped us out a little bit there, and the Bills go on to win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. But yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of the Atlanta Falcons speed rebuild here in Madden 26. Very unfortunate ending. I thought this team had a pretty good chance at going all the way, but unfortunately we lose in the wild card. And I guess can't win them all, but it's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, if you enjoyed this one, feel free to check out the other ones I have up on my channel, and feel free to let me know in the comments which team you guys would like to see me do next. I also do have a ton of other Madden content up on my channel. If you're interested, feel free to check that out. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time.